What's up guys, Mike here from Swood. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a deck of my own creation. This is something that I really enjoy playing and it took me roughly 40-50 games to perfect, so let's just jump right into this list. We have Skeletons, Ice Spirit, Royale, Ghost, Miner, Zap, Poison, Spear Goblin Hut, and P.E.K.K.A. I need water real quick, 1 second. Now that we're nice and hydrated, let's talk about some of the deck choices. So obviously Skeletons might be a little odd. You might be like, well, why Skeletons in there? So if you use Skeletons, Ice Spirit, a Royale Ghost, it'll get 0 hits on your tower. It's a nice counter for it, and it also digs your deck deeper, which, in my opinion, is a win-win situation. This deck can stack up Spear Goblin Huts really easily, and more importantly, with like 20 seconds left in the map, it can do like 1400 damage really easily. You just go Miner, Poison, Skeletons, Ice Spirit, Miner, Poison, and you can get a lot of damage in there at the very end of the game to just kind of close it out just like that. So this deck has a lot of potential, and it can do a lot of cute tricks. It can play multiple P.E.K.K.As in the same lane during like big beatdown defenses. It has a few problems, obviously. It struggles against Lava Loon a lot, and it also struggles against Inferno Dragon. However, because of the lack of beatdown in the meta right now, besides Giant, I think Inferno Dragon will see less and less play as the meta evolves, and this deck will get better and better because of that. So I actually went 12-1 in this challenge, and we're going to be going over 2 wins and 1 of my losses. I feel like I haven't shown any losses on this channel yet, and I don't really know why. Pros lose too. It happens, we make mistakes, and I figured I would showcase some of those to you guys, because, you know, we're ballsy like that. I actually really wanted to show the hog replay, so we're going to show the hog replay. Why not show a few extra games? So I'm just going to commentate. I'm not going to commentate this one. It's just going to play in the background while I talk about how I feel about the meta right now, where it's going, and where it's headed. So right now, the meta is still kind of adapting to Royale Ghost. People are experimenting with different card combinations, trying to figure out what works, what doesn't, and how to best abuse Royale Ghost, because, spoiler alert, Royale Ghost is really, really strong. There just isn't any ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's one of the better legendaries to be released in a while. I think it's still not Mega Knight level broken, it's not Nightwish level broken, but it's definitely up there. It's very substantial, and it's one of the, in my opinion, better cards right now. You could easily have been 4 Elixir at release and still seen competitive play. So they have a lot of nerfs to do for this card before it will be balanced, in my opinion. It just gets a lot of damage, and it gets a lot of value consistently every single time you play it. That's another reason I really like the cycle cards in this deck. It lets you play Royale Ghost way more than your opponent, which is always a good thing. Now that we've established Royale Ghost is absolutely insane, let's talk about decks that can abuse it and decks that can't. So first off, I don't think Hog Rider can really abuse Royale Ghost all that well. It just doesn't really fit with the deck very effectively. So I think we're going to start to see Hog Rider fall to the wayside a little bit in favor for other decks that can abuse it more, like Miner, Control, or Giant. I've yet to see a Golem deck properly abuse the card just because it's so expensive, and with how much P.E.K.K.A. and Inferno Dragon is in the meta. But I would not be surprised if somewhere down the road someone finds a formula that breaks Golem using the card. It's bound to happen eventually. A little bit of lag there for some reason. Anywho, continuing on. So I think Golem's going to just kind of take a chill pill for a little bit. I think Hog is going to fall by the wayside. And I also think Expo is going to take a step down from where it was. Before this card was released, I think Expo was seeing a really large surge in popularity. It was really effective for those of you, the people out there who actually know how to play it. It would get a lot of wins. There weren't too many bad matchups. However, with Royale Ghost introduced, I think Expo has a potential to see a rise in play, but also potential to see a decrease in play. It can't really take advantage of Royale Ghost very effectively, but because of the byproduct of Royale Ghost being in the meta so much, I think it actually could see a very big boost in playability, because Royale Ghost, as you know, is invisible, so they can't play it to tank, and that's really big. So I'm curious to see how that works out here. Also, I just want to really show off a play I did on the left side where I used Skeletons to pull the Inferno Dragon, then Ice Spirit, which gave my P.E.K.K.A. time to do its thing. Unfortunately, though, he's going to get a lot of damage here. I actually made a few mistakes and poor trades, which let him basically just kind of build back up and, well, make some scary pushes. It nearly cost me the game, but I was able to make a comeback and win the game with like 538 on my tower. It kind of helped that I didn't have like Rocket or something to finish off the game, so I was pretty lucky about that. Also, the fact that I didn't really have a big spell was pretty substantial. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting really sidetracked. So decks that can use it really well, obviously, are Miner. I think Miner variants will become extremely popular in the next few days here. Besides like Miner, I think Giant Prince is a really strong deck, and I feel like that'll be one of the better decks going forward as well. So I'm curious to see which one becomes more dominant, but I think it'll be more of like a two dominant decks, those two being at the top, alongside Bridge Spam. But I'm not sure, I'm not convinced yet that Bridge Spam will be viable long term, or if it's just a thing now before the meta adapts. The reason I think Bridge Spam is really strong right now is Royal Ghost is a card that's really strong on defense and on offense, and it's hard to get positive trades with even on offense. That's what made Bridge Spam so good in the past when Night Witch was super broken. Your opponent, once you had an elixir lead of any kind, your opponent struggled to defend the Bridge Spam pushes because everything kind of traded for itself evenly, and they just couldn't really defend for positive trades, and that led you to, over time, slowly chipping out their tower and winning the game. So maybe Bridge Spam will stay a top tier deck, but right now it's really strong. I don't believe there is a replay showing off that deck here, and I don't plan on putting it on my channel, but if enough of you request it in the comment section down below, who knows, I might have to throw a video about it. So anyway, now that we've talked about how I feel the meta has shaped up, let's just jump into the commentary for this game. So 235 in the game, he's up 2 elixir, I'm up a Goblin Hut, and down a little bit of tower damage. I feel pretty comfortable here. After he's played the Night Witch, a little less confident. I think he's playing Golem. If he's playing Golem, I feel like I'm going to get the dub. But I know Night Witch, Lava Hound's a thing, and after I saw the balloon, it basically guaranteed it for me. I'm playing against Lava Hound, so I had to play perfectly, and I just played a Peck in the back, which is really unfortunate. Luckily, Spear Goblin Hut and Poison is enough to take out that balloon, and that P.E.K.K.A cleans up house. So now I have a P.E.K.K.A on the field basically for free, and I fully plan on taking advantage of that. However, that doesn't mean a big push. It means setting up passive advantage so I don't lose on future pushes while getting some damage in there. So I go ahead and zap those minions out of existence, and with the help of the Spear Goblin, they all kind of fade away. The P.E.K.K.A gets a swing on the tower, and we are sitting pretty. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cycle, get some good pushes in. I kind of just want to get enough damage in there so I can quickly double Miner Poison once there's like 15-20 seconds left if I need to finish off the tower. And I don't want to let him build up enough elixir to put Lava Hound in the back and then play Balloon, because there's no way I can defend that. It's just basically impossible, especially once double elixir comes around. Here I make a mistake. I should have played the second Spear Goblin Hut behind the tower so that Spear Goblins would have accumulated, still taking out the balloon, and I would have had a very healthy Goblin Hut left. That would have put me in a much better position going forward. But that being said, it still defended the balloon. It did its job to some extent, and I'm not losing, which is always great. He has no really great counters for this, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm definitely going to zap to make sure I get that extra hit in there. And now the tower is at 353. That's just a Miner and a Poison away from game. So now I basically just have to focus on defense for the rest of the game. I make a really big mistake here. I go for the Ice Spirit on the push with the Miner instead of the other way around. What I should have done is just gone Miner Skeletons. So Miner in the back, Ice Spirit on the minions, and then Skeletons at the left bridge. That would have been a much more effective play because it would have forced him to play Night Witch immediately, and it would have delayed the Lava Hound a little bit. It also would have cleared up the minions more efficiently. So after I saw the Lava Hound, I know he plays his Night Witch, and I don't want the Night Witch to get too much value. So I go ahead and play the P.E.K.K.A, knowing what I have to do. I'm going to Poison everything, which is really strong. Poison gets a lot of value on defense. I go ahead, stack on my huts, Ice Spirit the balloon, and those Spear Goblins are kind of going to town. Now there's only 13 seconds left. There's 2 Lava Hounds on my tower, but the tower is looking pretty healthy at 2,000. I know that Hound is about to pop, so I go ahead and play the Skeletons, try to protect the Miner, and then I'm going to go ahead and Poison and play the Goblin Hut just to soak up damage for the remainder of this game. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you beat a hard counter. So moving forward with our lives, I'm going to go ahead and go over my loss because I'm a champion and I have Balls of Steel. So, I believe we're going to go ahead and cycle something in the beginning. Pro tip for you guys, by the way, something that you might not have known. It's really good to cycle Skeletons and Ice Spirit before 10 Elixir because it lets you see your 5th card in rotation. Sorry, it gets you to your 5th card in rotation, and it lets you see your 6th card so you can better analyze and defend a situation when your opponent plays. Just a little pro tip for you guys, for the subscribers out there who actually stick around this long. Shout out to you guys. I'm going to obviously go ahead and play Goblin Hut here. It's going to get poisoned out, and I'm feeling really odd at this point. What is Goblin Hut, Goblin Barrel, like, what am I playing against? Royal Ghost? This is a strange deck. Reminds me of the T-Bolt deck that I just posted. If you guys want to check that out, I'll make sure to link it below, but it's also just, the video right before this one, so I highly recommend checking it out. It's a very interesting deck, and it surprisingly works. Anyway, shameless plug there. This P.E.K.K.A was really good, and I should have been in a really dominant position. Unfortunately, I waited I played the Ice Spirit too early, and it was just mind-blowingly bad. Because of that, I had to play the Skeletons, cycle the Miner, and those Spear Goblins got like thousands of damage. What I was trying to do instead was, what I should have done, is wait for the Mega Knight's jump animation, play the Ice Spirit, it would have jumped onto the Ice Spirit, and then it would have been in range of the P.E.K.K.A. They would have collided, the P.E.K.K.A. would have cleaned that up, and still gotten that damage on the tower, and I'd be in a really good position. But because of that mistake, I'm down in Elixir by a pretty substantial amount, and because of like the weirdness of his deck and my deck's like rigid structure, I'm not able to really jump back into the game. He does a really good job of keeping the pressure up and not letting me fix my cycle fast enough to where it matters. So he gets a lot of damage on both towers, obviously. I think I made another mistake here. I waited too long in the zap, and I should have played Miner in that back. I think that would have been really good. So basically what happened in this game, in my opinion, is I just made, obviously that was a big mistake in the beginning, and then I made a lot of very minor mistakes. Get it? Minor mistakes. Hey! You know what? That deserves a laughing face. That deserves a laughing face. But I digress. Because of those like minor mistakes I made, I just kind of compounded, and it didn't give me the opportunity I needed to get back into the game because he just played well, I guess. Anywho, that's neither here nor there. I also just wanted to show off this game because even pro players lose. It happens. We make mistakes. No one's perfect. Additionally, Inferno Dragon's really annoying for this deck to deal with, and none of the other replays I felt showed that off well. So I felt like this was one of the better replays for that example. So if you ever know, if you're going to a league match or something, you know, your opponent doesn't play Inferno Dragon, seriously consider this deck. It's very strong. Moving forward, I'm trying not to get through kind of this point. That's my goal. I just don't want to like lose 3-0. Luckily, I managed to take out that tower just in time, and things are looking back up. Unfortunately, I'm down Elixir, but I'm like, alright, I got this. I just played perfectly. So you don't want to know, the first thing I do is I play P.E.K.K.A. in the back with an Inferno Dragon on the map, because you know that's how you come back, right? I don't know. I was on drugs or something there. Who knows? I digress. I just wanted to show you me losing because I haven't yet, I guess. So, moving on with my life. My channel upload schedule is actually going to be pretty interesting. So, for those of you who don't know, or don't follow us on Twitter, we're actually going to start uploading at 1 p.m. every single day from this point forward. This is the first daily upload at 1 p.m. We've also been trying to do daily uploads before this, but, you know, obviously the one yesterday and the before were like weird times, but we're going to fix that. It's going to be 1 p.m. every single day. If you guys are excited for these daily uploads, let me know in the comment section down below. If you have any like good video ideas for us, let me know as well. Also, for those of you who stuck around for the whole video, congratulations. You guys are going to get a cool little secret about our channel coming up here. We're actually going to get started a new series called How To Basics in the next few days here, next few weeks, something around there, depending on how much editing we have to figure out first. This is going to be a very intensive series, kind of like what OJ used to do, where he breaks down a specific card and talks about all the interactions and stuff. That's kind of what we're going to do, but also talk about like decks and gameplay and stuff like that. So, for example, we could talk all about Ice Golem in one video, where you like explain like Ice Golem kiting, decks Ice Golem works in, gameplay with Ice Golem, stuff like that. It'll be a lot of fun. Let me know if you guys are excited for that, or have any other crazy video ideas you would like to see on this channel, because we are more than open to taking suggestions. But yeah, I figured I'd give you guys like the lowdown on that since you stuck around this long. Why not give you guys a little present, you know? It is Christmas Eve after all. Also, I hope you guys are having an exciting Christmas Eve, and I hope you have a fantastic Christmas tomorrow. Anyway, I should get back into commentating. I'm on a really long rant. So I played the Goblin Hut one tile to the left. It should have been one tile to the right. Pull the Giant further, get more Spear Goblins. You know the drill. It's all good. I'm able to kind of stabilize by playing the Royal Ghost to clean out the Ewiz. That's a nice 3-for-4 trade. I have to play Miner defensively here. You have to do that a lot with this deck. That's another like beginner tip for this deck. You have to play a lot of defensive Miners. Another really important interaction to know is defensive Miner against Royal Ghost. You have to play it one tile in front of your King Tower. It doesn't matter where, usually off to one of the sides to make the Royal Ghost walk further. But the reason you do that instead of like directly on your tower is because if it's directly on your tower, the Royal Ghost will potentially also splash on your tower, and that's not something you want to have happen for obvious reasons. I thought I actually lost this game before this, and that's going to be a little sad because, you know, 11-2 is a little more edgy. Oh, by the way, sorry I didn't get the chest opening in here. I was really excited to get this video for you guys, and I haven't got a 12 in a little bit because I've been taking a break from the game. So I just was, I don't know, I was amped. I apologize. But anyway, because of that Royal Ghost interaction, I was able to get back into the game because that was a pretty substantial amount of damage. He was like, kind of just let happen. So here, I played the Royal Ghost pretty much perfectly. It killed the Ewas, got no damage, and then turned invisible for the Mega Minion. Like, just small, cute plays like that. It was basically a 0 elixir kill for the Ewas, and then it took the tower for 3. So I just really like the card. It has a lot of really insane interactions. And here is where this game turns around. He has the Prince, he has the Royal Ghost. I get a really nice Ice Spirit off, freezing both of those, letting the P.E.K.K.A do its thing. It's kind of clean house. The P.E.K.K.A now finished off the Giant, and he still has some stuff going on, but the Royal Ghost I played is going to save some face. I'm going to play the Spear Golem Hut behind the tower because I don't want to have to deal with the Giant killing it. I want to like kind of build up Elixir, force out the poison prematurely, and just kind of let that happen. I should have played the Skeletons a little earlier, just because the Giant would have done substantially less damage. Because of my series of plays though, I opt to play a P.E.K.K.A in the pocket to tank the Prince, which is a really strong play, especially because the Royal Ghost is now splashing onto the tower, so that got some nice damage in there. And I forced out a lot of really good trades. It also let me build up a lot of Spear Goblins, which forced out a Zap, and now I have a Goblin Hut and an Elixir lead on him. Obviously I'm down tower health, but that doesn't matter. This deck can do a lot of damage really quickly, as you guys are about to watch me make up this lead like an absolute madman. So he's going to go ahead and play Giant in the pocket. I'm going to go ahead and play P.E.K.K.A on the whatever you call it, the Ewas, and then I'm going to Ice Spirit to stun. I'm then going to play the Goblin Hut again. I think it would have been a better play if I just minored, but I'm not actually sure if that would have defended it. I wasn't sure in the heat of the moment, so I just decided to be safe, play the Goblin Hut. I know I have this game in the bag, I just have to play well. That Royal Ghost connects with the tower, getting a lot of damage off there. I go ahead and minor, take the other tower, so the Royal Ghost gets a few more hits in, and look at that, that Royal Ghost took the tower down to 231. Now with the poison, it's down to 158. I have to defend this push, and it's game over. So now, I just have to defend this one Royal Ghost, and I play like the absolute worst of my life. I played out of my mind bad. Like, I could have defended that with the Ice Spirit Skeleton play, and instead I used both those cards and didn't counter it, so, you know, I'm a beast. I just wanted to make it close for entertaining purposes. This could easily be a TV Royale game if it was on ladder. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the deck. Make sure you try it out. It's crazy fun to play, and it's really strong. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you, YouTube.